hoping it's nothing too serious, as the Brewers currently have 5 other pitchers, including closer Trevor McGill, on the IL. Today is Milwaukee's penultimate off day during this final 12-game stretch. The magic number to clinch the NL Central remains at 8 with the Cubs win yesterday. The Chicago loss today against the Pirates can help the Brewers. Otherwise, they'll try and lower that number tomorrow against the Angels. First pitch is 6:40 p.m. Central. Freddie Peralta on the bump. Pre-game coverage beginning at 6:05 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me. I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
It was the nastiest looking hot dog I think I've ever seen in my life. It was like beige with like mustard squirted like in random spots.
Matt claims to be an Olympic athlete, and he can't properly squeeze out mustard in a straight line. This was a giant hot dog that then people were taking pictures of, and it had to be
the biggest hot dog I've ever seen in my life.
14 inches easy. It caused Wiener Circle envy. Anyway,
how did it compare to Matt Hamilton's hot dog?
Dwarf.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power in the Everlight Solar Studio alongside Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton for the week. Primetime Laura Shine behind the glass. Matt, while you were away, we degraded the size and I would say color of your hot dog.
Okay, fair enough.
It paled in many comparisons to the giant hot dog that caught Molly's eye at the Chicago Bears versus Vikings game.
It was massive.
It was a massive wiener. It wasn't even the wieners we had at Wiener Circle.
Right.
It was a Chicago Bears football game wiener that was so big it needed to be held in a carrying case.
With 5 hands.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're
probably yours was probably a one-hander. This was like a 5-hander.
That's impressive.
It was like a kielbasa sausage.
Yes.
Size does matter.
Yeah.
I'm a nut.
When it comes to a wiener, yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you're going to a ball game and you're hungry, how many times have you gotten some food and then realized I'm still hungry?
Yeah.
And you had to get up and leave for more.
And you got to stand in line.
You have a giant wiener?
Yeah.
No worries.
You can share it. You can share it as well. Matt, how did you do while you were curling? And where were you curling?
I was in a suburb of Calgary called Okotoks.
Okay.
And we got second place. Lost on the last shot to the number 2 team in the world. So we've got 5 losses on the year, and 3 of them are to the number 1 team twice and the number 2 team once. So we've had a good start.
All things considered, yeah, you guys are rolling right now.
Yeah, we're playing really good. Vibes are good. Team Schuster is a bit of a buzzsaw right now, so I really like this kind of start going into an Olympic year. Last year was not nearly this good. Didn't matter as much. Now, Olympic year, make sure we're beating everybody we should, and yeah, we're doing a good job. So pretty stoked about it.
Fantastic.
I literally got off the plane an hour and a half ago,
yes.
so I could be here and brag about how good my curling team is.
And we are happy to have you. The way you are describing Team Schuster, Molly, I think you agree with this, is probably the complete opposite of the vibes for Badger football.
Yeah. The Badger football team is not humming at all.
They are getting buzzsawed. They are not a buzzsaw. They are terrible right now because I think retroactively you look at the Miami of Ohio victory and you go, all right, kind of let a bad team hang around. Middle Tennessee State let a bad team hang around till halftime. And the 38-14 score over Alabama beating the Badgers 38-14 is generous. The Badgers got a touchdown late. The Badgers got their ass kicked by Alabama. And I want to start with Badger football. And you can chime in 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. This is more. I want to ask this side of the limited poll question. Is it better for the program long term if they lose to Maryland?
And that's that in the sense that this would be the start of Fickle's downfall.
If they
I
lose,
think the start of the downfall is already happening. This would be the start of like blowing up the program.
if they lose to Maryland, the pin's been pulled on the grenade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you might be able to put the pin back in if you've ripped something off, but there's no evidence. There's no reason for hope if they lose to Maryland.
Yeah. No, I don't think that there's a question even in that. If they lose
I know,
to Maryland,
but I'm thinking about like, sure, they had 2 games where they let lesser teams hang around. Their starting
they've done multiple
quarterback
years in a row.
was knocked out,
Which has happened multiple years in a row.
Their starting quarterback was knocked out, which is not Fickle's fault, and then they got rolled by a team that is perennially pretty darn good. They had obviously lost that first game of the season, Alabama, that was shocking to everybody, but they were like a ranked team, a top 10 ranked team going into the first week of the season, and they beat the Badgers. Like, they are a better football team. The spread was 22.5. They lost by a little bit more than that, but like
25.
Yeah. So is it really that?
That's bad.
Are they that bad right now?
They are that far away from being a playoff contending team.
Well, they were
It is
expected
so
to lose
far
by
off.
22.5, and they missed that by. They only lost by 25. Like,
Okay, so if they would have lost by 21, you'd feel better about this.
well, no, but I also don't think that is it already time to panic?
Well, I mean, already we're in year 3 here.
I know, but like, at what point do you like say bad luck has bit the Badgers just as much as Fickle might not be a good coach?
See, and that is interesting that you bring that up because, Jim, I feel like you have been probably one of the biggest supporters of Luke Fickle in the sense of saying, hey, they lost to Iowa, whatever that was, 2 years ago because they lost their starting quarterback. Then happened again last year. Like, you this year, we obviously saw Billy Edwards go down right away in the first game of the season. Like, are you still kind of being a stand for Luke Fickle in that sense? Because there is he has been unlucky. He has lost his starting quarterback multiple years in a row.
Yeah, but Danny O'Neal was good enough. I mean, like, this is a credit to Luke Fickle. They brought in a quarterback. He started 11 games for San Diego State. Danny O'Neal's good enough to beat Miami of Ohio and to beat Middle Tennessee State.
Yep.
And Jeff Grimes has done a good job of calling some plays up. It's not as bad as it was. But the worst case scenario, in my opinion, is the Badgers coming out and beating Maryland by, like, less than 10 points. Like, you win by, like, 3 or 7. Because Maryland's not a good football team. And then you go out there and you go, okay, great. And all I said, now we got Maryland, and then we're going to go get our asses kicked by Michigan, and we're only going to try to – we have a select amount of games that we can win, and that's our only chance to make the bowl game is winning every game we're supposed to win and losing all the games we're not supposed to win. But what does that get us? And I came into the year saying I wanted clarity. And
Are you getting that?
we will if they lose to Maryland.
So
Because that means that team got their ass kicked and they couldn't bounce back. That team let Alabama beat them twice. Because Maryland is a team you should handle at home. And if you don't, then that speaks to the overall state of the program. The kids are being recruited, the whole thing, that they don't have the fortitude to bounce back.
So I wonder if there's any, like, after the first 2 seasons, Fickle saw the writing on the wall with the old OC and decided he was going to make a change and went with Grimes. Like, is there no grace period with Grimes now? Because, again, this is their first Grimes has been the OC for 3 games.
Yep.
And granted, Alabama's really talented team shut down the Badgers offense basically the entire game until garbage time, right? They got 1 touchdown out of it beforehand. Like, I don't know. Like, he's tried to make steps to improve after his first OC experiment failed. Tried to bring in a new guy. They've got a new system. It's no longer the air raid. Like, I personally would give him a longer leash this year, that especially with the quarterback going down, than I think some Badger fans.
But then how many years are you going to say that in a row?
Well, I don't think I could. I think you can probably make a fair assessment by the end of this year of what's going on.
But how can you make a fair assessment if you're just talking about all the things that he's lost or changed for this year?
I do believe that we have a more competent backup than we did the last time we had a starting quarterback go down.
Fair.
But they had that guy for 2 years. So here's I get what you're saying, but the difference between college and the pros, and I know you guys know this, is that in college you're responsible for the roster. Badgers didn't look like they belonged on the field against Alabama. Eric in Green Bay chimes in. Look at the way Bucky got pummeled in all 3 trophy games last year. We were not Tyler Van Dyke away from winning any of those games. 844-770-3776. It's Cardinals Talk text line. List is more. The Badgers better off if they just long-term if they just lose to Maryland. And I get what you're saying, Matt. Like, the injuries is a real thing. And Jeff Grimes, honestly, I like what they're calling right now. I like where they're at. But it goes back to the roster. Like, this team looks like closer to Northwestern than it does however Badger football used to look. There are, I mean, I know it's the name and likeness.
Northwestern was better against Oregon than Wisconsin was
just
against
thinking
Bama
that.
yesterday.
Yes.
By the way.
But
And
like,
let's remember, Northwestern notoriously had the Badgers number when they were at home.
Yep.
and
I mean, that was at
Northwestern,
when they had a stadium.
Yeah.
Now they have a field.
yeah, Northwestern
On the lake,
gave Oregon
lakefront.
all they wanted on the lakefront.
Yeah.
In the pop-up stadium. So, but I know it's name and likeness era, but who are the badasses on this team? Who are the leaders on this team? Because no matter what, if you went back to Badger football under Bielema or even Paul Chryst, you go like Chris Borland's a leader. But no matter what the hell this team does, like that guy has the locker room. You had Scott Tolzien. You had Melvin Gordon. You had Chris Orr.
Jonathan Taylor.
Like, you had guys who Jay Valai. Like, you had these guys who unquestionably Keanu Benton, like unquestioned leaders. That's not. Like, I don't know who that is with Fickle, and you can't just blame NIL for it. I mean, I know that that's part of it, but guys can come in this day and age and be a leader immediately because of NIL, because there isn't an established person already here. And the people they're bringing in are not they're not badasses. They're trying to level up. They're trying to get guys from the MAC to come up to the Badgers. And it feels like they're just grasping at straws, hoping it works. And I understand wanting consistency. But let's just play this little game here. Let's just play a little schedule game here.
Oh, yes.
All right? I want to do this 2 different ways. Here's how we're going to go
music.
here.
Let's go.
All right, we got schedule music ready? All right, Molly and Matt, I'm going to ask you guys. I'm not going to participate, but you guys can keep track of this here. All right, let's play this out 2 different ways. The Badgers lose to Maryland, okay?
Yep.
All right, so let's, in this scenario, sliding door scenario here, Badgers lose to Maryland. Then they play October 4th at Michigan. Who do you got? Badgers?
Loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Home Iowa.
Yeah.
I'll take the dub there.
If I'm being nice, I'll say win.
I mean, if they lose to Maryland, they're probably losing to Iowa
Yes.
as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what is that what we're basing it?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'll
then
say
it's a no.
loss.
Then it's
Yes,
a no.
we're going to go the other way as well. Then Wisconsin, Ohio, that's a loss. I'm not going to.
Ohio State?
Oregon's a loss. We're not going to bother. All right.
It is just so funny seeing the difference in Jim from like the beginning of the Badger season to now.
Well, no,
It's
this year.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not-
and
it was
even,
2
even last
What's
year.
going
was
to be
2
their
years.
record, including the bowl game?
Yeah,
after
yeah.
This
Good
But
one. Let's not.
That was 2 years ago. This year, I'm just looking at it
Okay.
with wide eyes.
Realistic, right?
Yes. Washington to Wisconsin. Washington at Wisconsin.
That's a loss.
I don't know enough about Washington. That could be a win.
It's
that
a
could be
coin
loss.
flip game.
Yeah.
But again, if they lose to Maryland and you've lost all those other games in a row, it's probably a loss, right?
All right.
Kind of what I'm thinking. I'm only doing this based on the Maryland loss. I want all of our listeners to know this.
We're going to go the other way as well. Wisconsin at Indiana. Indiana's 19th.
No, that's a loss.
Probably an L.
Illinois,
Indiana's
9th
good.
in the country, coming to Wisconsin.
Illinois is good too.
Loss.
Okay, then
All
that's
right.
a
loss.
And then Minnesota. They could literally lose out if they lose to Maryland.
If they lose to Maryland, they're going to lose out.
Yeah.
That means that they are that bad that Maryland is the easiest team left on
Do
their
you really
schedule.
think we're just going to be a 2-win team if we lose to Maryland?
Could you imagine?
If they
No.
lose, if
Ryan,
they are
you
that,
think you're gonna
Would we get
cry.
relegated to the MAC? Are we out of the Big Ten if you only win 2 games?
And, we're probably not that far away from it. All right, let's go the other way. Let's run it back real quick. All right.
Yes.
The Badgers beat Maryland, so they got 3 wins on the year now. All right.
They
That'll-
lose to Michigan.
They travel to
still
Michigan.
yeah.
All right, Iowa at home.
Okay, they
Win.
win.
All right. Ohio State, that's a loss.
Loss.
Oregon's still a loss. We're going to give I think we give
Hey,
them
we
Washington.
gave Oregon all they could handle
Okay,
last
but it's
year.
at Oregon.
Okay, you're right. Lost.
All right. Washington's coming up. We'll give the Badgers a dub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dub over UW.
At Indiana, 19th in the country.
That's a loss. Matt.
I really really don't like the Hoosiers, and we always seem to beat them.
What beef do you have against Indiana? They haven't been relevant
I've got
so
Derek,
long.
the resident Colts fan, who went to IU, so it's insufferable
Indiana
sometimes.
fans are very.
I forgot
very
Badger
loud and
alumni
proud.
over here.
I went to a game at IU.
I lived in a
Badgers
frat
was
house.
I was going to say, like, I went to a Badger game once.
I went to IU for a Badger game.
Oh my god.
And we
Okay,
watched
who's
them
next?
curb stomp them. It was awesome.
They've still got what?
All right,
Minnesota.
fine. If you
Who
want to be
else?
nice, just give them one of the two out of these, either at Indiana or home Illinois. They're not getting
Say
both.
They're
Illinois
more
over
likely
Bielema.
going to. Okay, I would say lose to Indiana because I really want to beat Bielema.
All right. And then at Minnesota.
That's a
That's
big
a loss.
dub. No, the Golden Gophers and PJ Fleck. No way.
When was the last time Wisconsin beat them for the axe?
It's been a while,
years
but
ago.
we're getting it. The boat they're rowing's gonna sink.
My
They
kid
did-
wasn't even a thought yet.
They did just sink on the West Coast. They just lost to the Golden Bears of Cal on Saturday night, 27-14. So Minnesota's not great either.
What's the status of their running back? Because their running back's their entire
Darius
offense.
Taylor,
Missed the,
he did not play
He
the
missed
game,
the Cal
no.
game. So if,
No.
if he's out for the year, I like the Badgers' chances. Otherwise, like,
Minnesota is probably outside of Maryland the most likely game the Badgers win on the rest of their schedule.
all right, let's just be generous to give them the dub.
Yeah, take the dub.
All right, what do we got?
Well, now I just lost count because I just put right through
Yeah,
the
'cause Molly
loss.
was mad
I think
because
that's
I was-
4 wins.
No, Maryland to be 3.
No,
Iowa-
4 on
was
the one that we
4.
talked about.
What's that?
4 of the games that we talked about.
Oh, gotcha. But so that's.
So 4 plus the 3 before, so 7
7.
wins.
I feel like
That's
6.
a bowl game.
That's a bowl game. I feel like 6
is a
is
bowl game.
how they get there.
Reliant Quest Bowl, here we come.
So
That's
Real-
better
not
than
even.
nothing
Real-
compared
real-
to.
Truly not even, Matt.
Realistically, it would be losing to Indiana, losing to Illinois, and pulling out a victory at Minnesota that gets you 6. Like that's probably best case scenario.
Let's just say that's a case scenario. Best case would be winning the games I said they were going to win.
6 wins seems like the most likely scenario. That's
Okay.
kind of what I had
I'll
them
give you
winning
that.
this year, and that's my optimistic.
You think
view.
it's still the most likely? Them getting to 6 wins at this point is the most likely outcome?
No, I'm saying that like most likely positive outcome is 6 wins.
So at this point in time, if you
Here's
had,
what's going to happen: it's 5 wins, and it's going to be.
I was going to say,
so
are you
is that
betting
your
on them
number?
getting a?
If you were to guess right now,
But it's more nihilistic because 5 wins is the worst number. Because 5 wins, what do you do?
It doesn't tell you anything. Yeah.
It's a hell of a schedule. It's a nasty schedule.
what if it's 5 wins and one of those games was like you're Michigan, you're Oregon?
But that's worse. That means they lost to like one of those trash teams that they're
yeah,
supposed to
but
beat.
then
Yeah.
was able to take down a big dog.
Yeah. I need.
That's-
four,
you're
I
right.
want 4.
He's literally Luke Fickle is 0-7 against ranked teams.
I want 4 or 6.
It's bad.
I want
It's
4
rough.
wins or 6 wins. That's all I want. I want less than 4 or more than 6. Like that's it.
So what's your?
5,
Let's put a prediction on it.
5 because it's going to be the then
5.
It's, then it's
so
impossible.
you think it's the middle?
Yeah, it's nihilistic.
Perfect.
It's going to be the completely wrong answer.
All right.
So the Maryland line is 8.5.
God, we're only favored 8.5 at home against Maryland.
And Maryland's pretty bad, guys.
Yes.
They have one.
Have you
good
watched
player.
them?
I know that they are completely lacking of talent at this point. They're almost worse than what Wisconsin's been in, where they have no NIL base and they have no way to recruit good players, and all the good players in their state get poached by like Penn State, Virginia
Yeah.
Tech. Like, well, not Virginia Tech. They just fired their head coach, but all of the teams in that area.
So did
Ohio State
UCLA,
comes in. UCLA, yes. I mean, there are, as Jim's saying, there are already other Big Ten teams who are pushing the button and pulling the plug on their head coach after it started out poorly. Now
I can't imagine Wisconsin doing that.
UCLA, well, they did it with Paul Chryst.
They did.
UCLA did just lose to New Mexico. Now that's Jason Eck, coach New Mexico, former Badger, who a lot of people are talking about.
I
could be
got a
good
text
Badgers
from
head
a
coach.
former Badger, and I know Tauscher is on the Jason Eck train as well. A former Badger, not of the Tauscher era, texted me separately because he would not know that Tauscher had the Jason Eck love, and yeah, he said I'm on that train now too.
Really?
That's why I
What
pulled
was your
Pat
prediction?
Fitzgerald, Jason Eck. Those are 3 names I would keep an eye out for.
I could realistically see them winning like 3 more games this year.
So 5 wins.
Yeah.
I'll go 7.
I love the optimism.
Optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting our quarterback back eventually, right?
Yeah,
TBD.
And I don't know if-
He's currently day to day as of Luke Fickle earlier today.
Just
That's what he
think
said.
Danny O'Neal's not the problem though. Like he was actually he
That's
slung
what I thought.
it. Yeah.
I thought
I don't
he
know.
never
That-
gave up.
That interception that he
He-
just handed to Alabama right after
He
the
had a
turnover
couple
on
bad
downs.
throws,
But I
but
think Billy's going to be doing the same thing against Alabama. Like I was saying, Danny again, Maryland.
Danny's was tough.
My point is, if they lose to Maryland, I doubt that Danny O'Neal will be the problem.
Did you guys watch
True.
other college
Yes.
football this weekend though?
Oh yeah, watched a lot of it. There's some great games this
I
weekend.
don't
Like
like
Georgia,
the NFL anymore, so
Tennessee?
yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't like the NFL either if I was a Bears fan. But Georgia, Tennessee,
hate
that game
college
just
football, too. I
shows
got no
you.
team.
That game just shows you how far behind Wisconsin football is.
Yeah,
Like they're so far gone, it's not even funny.
They've been pretty light years behind most of the SEC teams since probably
SEC?
2020,
Look
2021.
at the top teams in the big. They're so far
Well,
Is
away.
the only way back NIL money?
I mean,
Is that the only way back?
that's how
But
you
again,
level
isn't
up.
Wisconsin so far deep compared to like Alabama?
What do you mean so far deep?
Like,
Sorry, I should say less deep. Actually, their
wanna-
pockets are a lot less deep
You
than
want to
Alabama.
get full nihilistic? I think it could be a whole program problem. Like from the top to the bottom, we don't know how to gather NIL. We don't know how to live in this NIL space. Even with the new salary cap, Alabama, what they're doing is lining up businesses to then pay the players NIL. Because in the new, just a quick kind of cliff notes of it, it's going to be like a $20 million cap for all intents and purposes that the school can pay directly to the players. But it still doesn't stop Alabama for lining up businesses and be like, hey, in this world, Metro Ford,
Yeah.
every time the quarterback comes in, you're sponsoring the quarterback. And let's say Coors Light, every time the wide running back comes in, you're sponsoring the running back. And Carver World Health, every time players need their cryo treatments, you're sponsoring. And like it's all lined up. And all these businesses are ready to cut a check every year to the player, or services or both, every year to the player in addition to the $20 million. Wisconsin doesn't have that lined up. And I know that. I've talked to businesses. They're not being reached out to about that. They're just saying, give us money. And we'll just we'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
So that's one of the problems. Like if you want to get nihilistic, this
And
thing,
that's also not necessarily a fickle issue too. That is
Right.
a larger that is something that the entire
which is
athletics
even
program needs
worse.
to
And
figure out.
honestly, if you're looking at it, again, going full
Are we
nihilistic,
being a little too fickle with our money in Wisconsin?
if you're going full nihilistic, nothing matters way to look at it, the most logical answer is that Fickle is not the problem because he was really good at Cincinnati. That this is a Wisconsin problem, and Fickle is going to leave here and get fired and go somewhere else and win immediately.
Was Cincinnati when he was with Cincinnati? Was that before like NIL?
Yes, it was, I mean when they got to the college football playoff, that was before NIL. I don't know exactly when NIL was instituted, but it was 2019 when they made it to the college football playoff. And I mean,
So if anything, it would have been very, very, very early.
it would have been extremely early in the NIL era. I don't think it was at that point, but no. And it also goes to show that what he did at Cincinnati probably worked because it was at a lower level where they could just dominate. And in the Big Ten, Wisconsin is, even at their best, the 8th best program in the Big Ten.
It wasn't. I don't know. I know Paul is
No,
part
that's
of.
also changes because more teams came in too.
Yes.
Like Oregon, USC, UCLA, Washington weren't part of the conference when Paul Chris was around. But even then, if you were to ask, like, what's the most attractive job? Wisconsin's 7th, 8th.
Right, and that's the problem is, and I know Paul definitely wasn't winning and covered himself in glory on the way out as far as how he recruited and everything like that. But like, this could just be with the NIL and the new state of college athletics. This could just be what Badger football is.
That's so brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I lived through a couple Rose Bowls, so I guess it's all right.
Yeah, I got a chance to see the heyday of Badger football. I guess is that better or worse? You knew what it could have been or what it was.
Well, it makes me feel like we should have gone all in sooner. Like, why aren't you like pushing harder for better recruits and like felt like we had a chance
Yeah. Again,
for a while, and now
you know who's
it
not,
really doesn't feel like we have a chance anymore.
You know who's not upset about Michigan's Final Four banner not hanging anymore? Michigan fans. With the Fab Four and all that.
Yeah.
Like, it happened.
Fab 5.
Fab Five. You can't wipe out their memories and everything.
Just 4. The other guy sucked.
He did, though. It was
There
kind
was
of
a 5th guy who like nobody remembers.
Well,
What's his name?
it was Ray Jackson, Jimmy King, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose,
And that guy.
and then Juwan Howard. So no. And Juwan Howard.
Juwan Howard's the notable one.
No, Ray Jackson is the other guy because Jimmy
Gotcha.
King was a good player. Juwan Howard, obviously NBA. I love that team, so I don't know why I said Fab Four.
It's a great documentary.
Fab Four is the Beatles. Fab Five is Michigan. So that's my bet on that. But those teams with the baggy shorts
Yep.
and the
black
black
socks.
shoes and the black socks, like God, I love that team. That team was so much fun to watch. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. They can replace a wedding ring. They could get you some custom jewelry. They could get you a new watch. All Chalmers Jewelers, Madison's family-owned, Madison's custom, and Madison's locally owned jeweler. This is Jim Matt Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
And not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Hayden Anderson from Mount Horeb High School, but it's Mount Horeb Barneveld football.
Correct.
Mount Horeb Barneveld has won 4 conference titles in a row.
Yep, for sure. We're going for the 5-peat on conference, but our main goal is the state championship.
When you look back in your time at Mount Horeb High School, just being in this environment, what does that mean to you?
Just having that many people support you in such a small town means so much. And everyone thinks about that 2015 state championship team from basketball, and that's just what we want to be. I remember that because I was probably 6 years old, and everyone remembers that. That's Mount Horeb's thing, And we just really want to get that in football, basketball, and baseball. Support means everything.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Everybody's sick. Nobody likes to not only lose, but lose the way we did and not perform in any way, shape, or form the way that we had prepared to perform. And so it's tough to be positive in some of those things. But where else do we go, right? I mean, we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
You guys know I've been loving my results from Carbon World Health. As I've gotten a couple hydrofacials done, my skin is glowing. I need to set up my appointment ASAP, but my skin is still glowing. Their brand new state-of-the-art location in the Prairie Lake Shopping Center is phenomenal. They have literally everything you can imagine at their med spa. Laser treatments, injectables, body contouring, vitamin drips, and so much more. Head over to carbonwealthhealth.com to learn more and get started on your health and wellness journey today.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge. Matt Hamilton with us in the Everlight Solar Studios as well. Primetime Laura Sean behind the glass. Get into the show on the Carbos Talk text line 844-770-3776. This is more. Our siding unlimited poll question. Is it better for the Badgers long term if they lose to Maryland? Right now, the majority of you are saying no. We'll get to the talk text line in a minute. That was Luke Fickell coming in there after the loss to Bama. Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, chimes in. Molly, first of all, congratulations on your win against me tonight. Apparently, you're beating him in fantasy football.
I got to look at it.
Unless you're...
Does it make you feel worse?
Have some sort of other competition with him?
Wait, who did you say it was?
Ryan, the psychedelic advisor.
Ryan, does it make you feel worse that I didn't even look at my fantasy app this weekend? Because it's
Savage.
Damn. I don't. And then he says, I don't care what kind of weird scandal he had. Pat Fitzgerald becomes available this season. Grab him. And to that point, Pat Fitzgerald... he's actually now going to get money from Northwestern because he was wrongfully fired for they kind of assumed he was involved, but when they did an investigation, nothing was brought to his table as far as now you still could say he should have better field, but there was no paper trail at all that he had any idea what was going on at the program. Now that could still be you might not.
It's not a great look, even if you didn't know. The fact that you weren't on top of it is bad sign for a coach.
True, but he's going to get hired somewhere.
Yes, he is a very proven guy.
Without a doubt, and it's a couple years removed, so I think he will get a job. Eric in Green Bay follows up here. If UW really is the problem, then Fickell likely thinks so too, and there's a chance he's planning his way out. Brett Bielema blamed UW for not paying and retaining his assistants. That's true. Gary Anderson butted heads with UW over administration standards. Yep. Gary Anderson, by all accounts, had a Father Flanagan complex. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
Yes.
I thought it was stupid if I said no, but thank God you said no too.
Well, I shouldn't be your basis for what's stupid or smart. I'll just start with that.
Father Flanagan.
Generally, you're just trying to find lost. You just want to save every kid. And UW, so kid has bad grades or some trouble in high school. UW might let one in per class, and it was almost like he was not exclusively, but a high percentage of kids like that. And look, there's a way for Wisconsin to maybe find some hey, maybe another school passes on him because his kids had some trouble, but Wisconsin can bring him in. Historically, the administration and the board of region, whoever lets everyone in, is not going to allow but one or two of those kids per.
Who did that? Was that Gary Anderson? You said
yes. Now again, Barry and Brett but they would do one or two kids. I think Gary was more of 5, 6, 7, 8, and so that's how he wanted to recruit. Which I don't necessarily hate, but that wasn't going to happen at Wisconsin. So I don't know why he came here because Wisconsin notoriously stingy with who they're going to let in.
Yeah.
So at best you're going to get a few. But both coaches took jobs that were deemed lateral moves at best at the time. Brett down to Arkansas, and which is probably SEC with Jerry Jones, Walmart money, probably not a lateral job. He just sucked at it down at Arkansas. But I get the.
I mean,
gist
honestly, what Arkansas was in the SEC at the time is kind of where Wisconsin is now. They're just kind of a middle of the road program where they can be good at times, they can have 9-4 seasons, but it's more flash in the pan.
But they have it's surprising that Arkansas is bad with the amount of money they have backing them.
Very true.
That's kind of what. Yeah.
Their lack of natural resources within the state are stark.
I mean, I just watched the Cowboys documentary, which means they would have Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones, both former players, as people who would back them, and obviously the Walmart family, the Waltons.
You know how
I don't think I realized that.
Building their own stadium.
You know how they got John Calipari to leave Kentucky to go coach at Arkansas?
How?
Chicken nuggets. Tyson. Chicken nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
If you were wondering, yes.
Tyson's another donor to.
Oh,
Tyson,
I didn't realize that.
Yes, they actually made, I think to raise NIL money, they released chicken nuggets that are in the shape of Razorbacks. It's an actual thing that they're doing.
Instead of dinosaurs,
yes.
it's Razorbacks.
Yes.
Interesting.
Would you let me? I would be so let down as a kid, looking forward to some dino nuggies, and you just get some pigs.
Not if you're in Arkansas.
I was going to say that only has to be in Arkansas. There's no way that they're selling Razorback nuggets
maybe in Missouri
Wisconsin.
too, or
if you're in Wisconsin, honestly, it's kind of good. Make a Badger one.
That is a good
or
idea.
Or a Badger and a Bango. And
or do it with cheese or something. Something Wisconsin.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're coming up with NIL ideas. Wisconsin, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, exactly. The brain trust of Jim, Matt, and Molly is at your service.
We're just a money machine over here.
All right. So we all agree the Badger is depressing as hell.
Well, I guess I wasn't super depressed before I came into the studio with you
But
guys.
now that you mention it.
I'll be honest.
I am a little depressed now. At first, I was just like, oh, yeah, we lost to Alabama. We were supposed to lose to Alabama. Whatever. They barely covered.
But that shouldn't be your mentality going into it, right? I feel like I heard this conversation last week, or maybe I had this conversation last week, where like there was a time of Wisconsin football less than 10 years ago that they were going into games like this, going against a huge opponent like Alabama, under Nick Saban, mind you. And you were like, there's actually a real chance. There's actually a real chance that they could beat them. I don't think anybody went into, other than Riley Yauk, Badger Stan, my goodness.
At this point,
Other
I
than
can't take
him,
him serious.
I think he's literally the only person that thought that the Badgers have a chance at winning.
And before there was actually like a formula to see how they could win. There was a recipe to think like, oh, if things go correctly and they stick to the game plan, like they have a chance. Like
You get a fortunate turnover here.
What
and
they
there.
almost did to Ohio State in a couple of the Big Ten championship games. Like they were right on the doorstep of knocking those teams off. Or when they even lost to Penn State in the Big Ten championship, they were leading by like 2 touchdowns at halftime. Like what they had was working for them. Now they have no actual formula. They're just like aimless trying to figure it out on the fly.
Well, that's because we have an OC that's only had 3 games to coach in and not make any adjustments. Like they might have a plan. They just we haven't given them enough time to like lay the groundwork for it.
Okay, let's just Molly, I know you watched some of the game. I think you admitted you fell asleep during it, which I don't blame you.
I may or may not have.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I turned
if
it
I
off
took a
in the
nap.
second half. I mean,
I had it on the entire time.
I was at the library with my kids. I watched it on my phone till then, like early in the third quarter. I'm like, all right, that's that.
You just hear some man swearing in the bookshelves.
Yeah, right.
I had a 3-game curling day that day, so I definitely did not have time to watch
Which is fine, but
you didn't need to. You didn't miss much.
That's not the point. But I would say Vinny Anthony, Tackett Curtis, Ricardo Holman. Like who belonged?
Did Tackett Curtis do something?
But like who
stood out?
belonged on the field? But I was
Ricardo Holman didn't either. I mean, he gave up multiple touchdowns to Jeremy
Is it
Bernard.
Vinny Anthony? Is he the only guy that looked like he belonged on the field?
That's the only one that
and
stood out to me.
It's hard to hold it against a guy like Ricardo Holman, who he is by far their best corner, and he is like an NFL caliber player. But he's going up against 2 studs at wide receiver, like Ryan Williams, the wide receiver from Bama. I mean,
He's good.
He baptized a couple of the DBs multiple times in the game. It was rough. But that's what's going to happen when you're playing Alabama.
Yeah.
Now, what's tough is the fact that they were able to slow down the run. Alabama was missing its best running back. And then Alabama also didn't really run the ball well against Florida State or even whatever FCS team who they played last week. So it's just
Lafayette, I think.
Whatever
No,
it was.
Louisiana Monroe.
They didn't even run the ball well against them. The problem was that their quarterback, who is a good, solid SEC quarterback, I mean, he's just sitting back there with 5 to 6 seconds to throw every time. Like, when you have star wide receivers and a quarterback who can just put the ball on the money when the pocket is clean, you're going to get picked apart all day. And that's going to happen when they play Oregon. That's going to be an issue when they play Michigan. It's going to be an issue, when they play Illinois. I mean, there's not really much to improve on. It didn't feel like there was anything they did better this year against Bama than they did last year. 365 days and nothing got better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mic
All
drop.
right. Yeah. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
It's not like
That'd be fun.
Like not a compound, not even like one big, like a compound where everyone's got their own house. You got your own thing.
Sounded a little creepy.
Yeah,
a
it's getting a
culty
little
there.
weird.
But
You have to wear the white robe that's provided for you on the bed.
Actually, what I'm saying is, who's coming with me?
If it's on Jim's dime, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wear the white robe. I got it.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
The Bucky Badger Student Mascot Fund was created to support the amazing student athletes who bring the best mascot in the world to life. Hey, my name is Stacy Bruner. I was Bucky Badger from 2010 to 2014. My most memorable sports moment was running out the flag at the 2013 Rose Bowl versus Stanford. Your donation will help fund new scholarships to ensure that the rich tradition of Bucky lives on. Learn more at supportbucky.org. That's supportbucky.org.
Bring your family out to the next Forward Madison FC game. Their family special, sponsored by Madison Gas and Electric, is the perfect budget-friendly option for any families to enjoy professional soccer in Madison. For just $21, get your game ticket, plus a meal and scarf. Get your family together and come cheer on the Mingos as they make their playoff push. Head to ForwardMadisonFC.com to learn more and get your tickets today. That's ForwardMadisonFC.com.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. Primetime Laura Sean behind the glass. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. You can stream us on the new ESPN Wisconsin app and on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. And I want to get to something that is super weird, but I want to properly set this up. So the Milwaukee Brewers, you can see this on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. The Milwaukee Brewers put this out at 11:37 p.m. on September 13th. A must-watch from the Milwaukee Brewers official Twitter account. A must-watch with a finger-pointing emoji. Pat Murphy read an emotional letter from Bob Uecker as the Brewers celebrated clinching the postseason with, like, Molly, what would you, like, sad face? What is that emoji there? Is that, like, the welling eyes?
Like the eyes that are, like, about to, like, tear up, or that are, like, tearing up but not crying.
It's the emotional emoji,
and
right?
I'm going to fully admit that was sexist as hell, but also Molly's younger, because I'm like, Molly, this looks like a girl emotion. What is it? But
I get it, though. Like, oh, this is so sweet.
Also, Molly
Tears.
is the youngest person on the show, the one I would say most adept in emojis.
Well, Ryan's younger than me, but it's fine.
Well,
And
Ryan's
is
way over there.
Ryan is also probably more. Ryan is also probably more into emojis than I am.
I don't know.
Oh, I got a
Tell
funny
us.
emoji story. I got to get this emoji story from my my daughter here. So she was humiliated, and it took her a minute to figure out why. So apparently, like Facebook Messenger, you can kind of create your own like picture, but also you can put emojis and stuff on it. And her friend created one, and so my wife was looking at Rosie's phone and saw her friend, I won't say her friend's names, profile. And she's like, "What is this?" And she goes, "There was a couple emojis on there, and one of them was a peach, and one of them was an eggplant."
Why?
I'm 90%, 99% sure that it was completely just she liked peaches and eggplant.
Eggplant parmesan.
They're 12. They're not quite there.
Eggplant lasagna.
They were not together. Like there was 4 emojis on there. 2 of them, one was a peach, one was an eggplant.
How often do you guys send the eggplant emoji?
But the thing
more
is,
than I should admit.
more than I should to Matt. That's how I wake up every morning, text to Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
Eggplant.
Ryan, do you feel excluded that they don't text you that?
He gets a peach.
Oh, okay.
He gets a peach, yeah.
Molly, you're the excluded one because we don't want to get fired.
Yeah, exactly.
They just text me. They just text me emojis of nuts.
No nuts.
To the group chat, I will send that. But the other, she was humiliated because the other part of it was her friend who was there, who is in 8th grade, who is 13, who definitely knew what those emojis were. And so they both kind of melted down in embarrassment because we're at basically a birthday party for a 9-year-old.
Okay.
But Rosie's, obviously, Nola was there, and then the older sister is similar to Rosie's age. So just a funny, Rosie just all of a sudden melts with embarrassment sort of thing as she kind of starts to figure out, I think her friend whispered to her what that meant. And then Rosie basically died right there. Outside at her friend's birthday party.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, back to Pat Murphy reading a letter from Bob Euchre.
I got a letter today from Uke, and before we toast, I want to read it. Thanks, Mark. Thought it was fitting. The last time that we celebrated, Uke was with us. Howdy, boys. Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. Really miss you guys, and I wish I was there. Things are good. The God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the 3rd catcher. It's a great league. No day games after night games. No shadows. But you got all the sticky you need to have up here. Told the big guy about you guys. You play hard every night. You're not afraid to play for each other. He's obviously very interested in the group with this uncommon goodness. The fact that you have the best record in baseball, the best road record in baseball, has caught his attention. You don't really need me. I know you guys really don't need me, but I've got to tell you, I'll be on the headset every night watching. And don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other.
Okay.
Toast to him and
sorry. So we all
hold on. Very first takeaway: Pat Murphy's not good at reading aloud.
He stumbled a couple times.
Yeah. Well, here's the worst part, and this broke little Ryan's heart. Pat wrote that. It was not a letter, and obviously,
it was egregious behavior.
If you're not caught up in the moment, it sounds real, except for the very specific. He might as well have been and Christian Yelich hit 275 this year.
Yeah,
he was all,
way to go on your 29 home runs.
Right, yeah.
He's looking down from above, Matt. What do you mean?
Yeah, but how did he send the letter from there?
Right.
He sent it from an angel.
Okay, Ryan.
It was dropped off with the stork. One of the babies was dropped off, and the letter was on.
Yeah. Have you never seen angels in the outfield? There's precedent for this.
Yeah, there is. There was no letter in Angels in the Outfield.
So
maybe Santa Claus brought it.
My first question, because this was from.
Because set it up, Jim. The fact that I didn't realize that this was fake until afterwards, I don't know if anyone did.
That's what I wanted to ask first, because newsflash, Curtis Hogg, is that how you say his name?
Kurt Hogg of the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
Kurt Hogg from the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel said the Brewers clarified that this wasn't an actual letter from Uke. Pat Murphy wrote it as a way to include Bob Uecker in the clinch celebration, the team said. Not from the Brewers, but my understanding is the road record comment, etc., were included to make that evident. So the Brewers didn't say that, but he must have found out that other part, that the road record thing was the thing to tip it off. So with that, I don't know. I don't think. I'm going to ask this question first. Do you think the Brewers players thought that was real?
That's where my head goes right away. What were the players thinking?
I think they thought it was real until maybe the road. And then if they caught the road thing, they probably were like,
But the thing, I think most people are like me, where they're emotional listening to that, and they don't even, it doesn't register.
But isn't that kind of messed up?
Yeah,
like, doesn't it feel like he's messing with the players?
It was more messed up that the Brewers posted it the way they did.
The Brewers Twitter, yep.
How did
Brewers
they-
social media.
And
Or
they
they say
posted
like
it.
a letter from
A
you.
must-watch. Pat Murphy read an emotional letter from Bob Uecker as the Brewers celebrated clinching the postseason win. So here's the thing. I guarantee the social media had no clue that Pat Murphy wrote that. You see the video. It's handed to Pat Murphy from Mark Antanasio.
Yep.
And
should have known right then.
Yeah. Pat Murphy reads it, which is even worse since he wrote it that he stumbled through it so much.
Yeah.
But it is presented, I think, to the team because social media obviously in that moment grabbed it and posted it as their job. So I don't think they were misleading. I think they were misled. I think the players were misled. And because to the emotional part of it, obviously he says, like, I got a letter from Uecker this morning, like that would tip you off too. But like, you're not thinking about that. You just played a game. Pat Murphy comes out. You just clinched the playoff spot. You're in your feels, rightfully so.
Totally.
I watched probably 60 seconds of it and then just closed it out and was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't see the road thing.
I just saw the comment and was like, wow, that's really neat. And then, I didn't dive too deep into it. But when we were in show prep and we're like, okay, we got to listen to this first. There were so many red flags that I was like, this, to me, almost seems like when you're presenting it this way is a disservice.
Because he also read it in Bob, like he did the joke in there about the third catcher. I don't know what the sticky reference is. Do we know what that is?
I think he's just talking about like stick 'em, but like that's a thing in football. But I think he's talking like spider
there's
tack.
there's tar on bats.
I think it's spider tack or maybe tar on bats, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a very
Not marijuana?
I mean, I don't know what Bob
He
likes to
would've
get
said
up to.
sticky icky.
Okay.
It is tight.
I don't know what
no
Bob likes to
stems,
get
no
up to.
Well, in that case, there should have been like Miller Lite jokes or something too, but
You
there
would
wasn't.
think, yeah. The third catcher thing was funny.
Yes, but that was written in Bob Uecker's
Exactly, which
yes.
is why it's so deceiving.
Yes.
That's why if they just would have been like, this is probably what Bob would have said had he been here.
Yeah, you could have included you in some kind of way.
It could have been still very emotional if he reads it as like, hey, I think I've known Bob a long time. I think this is what he would have said or wanted to say to this team right now in this moment.
Or just say your own things and says, this whole season is obviously about Bob, and I think Bob would have loved this team.
Yes.
The only way it could have been worse is if they had like AI Bob Uecker like read the message and just be like, "Hey guys, he recorded this." Like,
It's so true.
I'm surprised they didn't.
I really hope that
They're too cheap.
I really hope that this is Pat Murphy trying to like motivate players like in a very weird way.
How is this motivating?
I don't think it is.
You see all the
especially.
videos of like Christian Yelich and the bond that he had with Bob Uecker and everything.
Yeah.
Imagine if
The
he was like
entire
listening
team.
to this and then today he finds out that was all fake. Like,
So my hope is that he read this to them to try and like make them like have that emotional feeling of being like, yeah, Ueck is still with us, but then he tells them afterwards, by the way, guys,
Didn't they
he
all-
didn't actually write that.
didn't they all have that when 3 weeks ago everybody was saying that the reason that the season is going the way it is because Bob Uecker is looking down on this team?
And
like
because
that was
had,
the narrative.
They had the whole Memorial game too.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't just keep saying the same thing. You want something fresh. You know what I mean? Like, I get
you
the
need
like
fresh
wanting
material.
I
Oh
get the
my
idea of
God.
motivating a team. You can't just be like, great game, guys, and then after the next one be like, hey, great game, guys. Like, you need to mix it up a little bit.
And it stinks 'cause
I get that, but
Maybe it could have been like a
poorly
year ago.
presented.
We were celebrating in this locker room, popping champagne with Ueck and all this. Like, you could have done
there's a
something
lot
so
of
much
better ways to do that.
And it stinks because it is a big achievement for. They're the first team in the MLB to clinch a playoff spot for the second year in a row.
And then they made it weird.
Yes, they found a way to mess it up in a way that was almost impossible. This was after a walk-off win on Saturday night from Andrew Monasterio too. Like, I don't know why they.
This is why they
tried
lost on
so
Sunday. This
hard.
is why they lost on Sunday.
Yeah, honestly,
I really want to apologize to all the listeners and definitely the people on the stream because we figured this out when we listened to it, and the look on Ryan's face when I said, like, how would Bob know anything about the road wins this year? The look on Ryan's face was so priceless. Like Jim described it, it's like a kid that just found out Santa Claus is real.
What are you doing right now?
Shut up. No, the look on your face was so amazing.
You were devastated.
Good save.
Well, no.
Devastated.
You were devastated.
So Jim had said that in the office earlier that Kurt Hogg put it out that this was not a real letter. So I was like, okay, well, that's really weird that they did that. I was more upset with myself that I didn't realize it listening to it the first time. Wait, how would he know what their road record is this? Wait, that makes zero sense.
How would he know they're the best team in baseball? What a bold call.
I'm the idiot.
But I think that's the thing is like anyone who listened to this is just listening to it being so emotional that they're not even like thinking about that.
Right.
They're just thinking about you. Right. And same thing as the players, like you said, Molly. It's just
I'm sure some players
such
got
a weird choice.
Got.
Yeah, I bet some players got.
So I want to ask a question around this. So do we ask, did you know the Pat Murphy letter was fake?
I doubt anyone did because even if you catch that part, that's what, 55 seconds in? Like,
or do you go with, is it weird that Pat Murphy faked
Is
the
it
letter
weird?
from Bob Uecker?
Yes
So
and yes.
Were you today years old when you found out that letter was fake?
I think we should do that.
I think a lot of people
were you
are.
to avoid being too negative, were you today years old when you found out that the letter that Pat Murphy read yesterday or Saturday was not from Uecker?
Yeah.
It was from him spiritually.
No, Ryan, it wasn't.
If they would have said that, it would have been better. They said it was from Bob.
They literally made it sound like he was writing it like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yep, they sure did.
And right on cue, I have somehow infuriated. Football victory Monday, and the Brewers clinch. Primetime drive home. We got Jim's emoji story and criticizing manager's attempt to connect with players. Awesome segment.
That's his way of connecting with players.
That was from I Won't Listen Anymore guy.
It's also not a
Thanks for listening.
It's not a victory Monday. Technically, I mean, the Packers didn't even play this weekend.
Right.
And we celebrated victory.
And also, I Won't Listen Anymore guy.
Right. That one?
If you are listening, do not forget, as a gesture of good faith, we have Victory Molly Mondays. So when
Facts.
As a gesture of good faith.
Whenever the Packers win, the day after the game, Molly opens up the first segment and picks the topic.
He tried to throw an if the Packers win in there. What a jerk.
They're clearly gonna win this weekend, but like I don't know their whole schedule.
let's
They won't win every game.
Knock
I mean,
on wood.
Cleveland is terrible. They just got
I know.
housed by Baltimore. So the Packers will handle that game just fine. But anyways, to that point, I'm trying to take a step to match the energy that is needed for a Victory Monday.
Thank you.
But
So
if the
tune in
Packers-
on game days or days after the Packers
But
win.
if the Packers lose, then yeah, I definitely will be piling on. But
Great.
anyways, how that upset people is beyond me. Also, the first two segments were about the Badgers. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Matt, tell us about Odyssey.
I am so glad to be back. I've got that Odyssey Feta right here in my fridge. I'm so excited because Odyssey Feta is Wisconsin. It is everything that I love. It's made with locally sourced milk. 10 gallons of that delicious Wisconsin milk makes 1 pound of feta cheese from Odyssey, and they've got flavors galore. They've got their traditional. They've got Mediterranean herb, peppercorn, the tomato basil, the delicious sweet heat that goes perfectly on a pizza. There's the reduced fat, the fat-free, but the one that I think is the unsung hero, the smoked feta, is outrageous. Go check out Odyssey wherever you get your cheeses because Odyssey's nationwide, baby.
It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
So now they're basically saying you can have an elite defender, like edge rusher and quarterback tackler, but without the elite quarterback, it's not enough to...
Quarterback tackler?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
That's what Micah Parsons is. He's not a run stop guy.
Jordan Love is a ball thrower. What are we
He
saying?
is. That is facts.
It's word salad.
Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Alabama too much for Wisconsin in the 38-14 Week 3 loss. How will Luke Fickell and company respond now with Big Ten play on the horizon? Fickell's postgame words, audio courtesy Badger Athletics.
These are the real adversities. These are the real challenges to see, do they really have the commitment level? Everybody's sick. Nobody likes to not only lose, but, lose the way we did. And we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
Wisconsin returns home to face Maryland, opening up their Big Ten schedule.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time at Zimbrick Chevrolet. When you purchase a qualifying new EV vehicle, you could get up to $7,500 for eligible buyers from a federal clean vehicle tax credit. Don't wait, act now, because this tax credit is only available until September 30th. And once you buy your EV, Zimbrick Chevy will take care of you with their certified EV service and top off your charge. Never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Man, I got this swag. My head back to my bag. You know I'm popping tag. But man, I got this swag. Man, I got this swag. My head back to my bag.
Would you rather trade Jordan Love and Malik Willis to the Cincinnati Bengals? The Green Bay Packers worked out a quarterback today, primetime Willershine. Who's the quarterback they worked out today?
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Hey, I remember that name.
fan.
UCLA, yeah.
Didn't he used to
Browns?
back up in the Browns? Yeah.
Yes.
So does that mean that they're giving
And
Malik
Eagles.
Willis to the Bengals?
She's Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. Maybe it's Jordan Love. Who knows? Everyone loves Malik Willis, right? I thought everyone was a Malik Willis guy.
I never said that.
Don't act like it was us. Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying. The Twitterverse. There was definitely like a hot minute.
Yes.
Just like the Sean Clifford in training camp, sort of like.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's the better quarterback. I mean, he's older than Jordan, so he knows what he's doing. What? Been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
844-770-3776. How you get into the show? It's Carbon's Talking Text Line. This is more. We are asking you, is it weird that Pat Murphy pretended that a letter came?
We didn't ask if it was weird. The answer is yes.
That's right.
Weird.
Is it today?
Were you today years old?
Were you today years old when you found out that Pat Murphy faked a letter from Bob Uecker? Jesse Nelson had Molly, if you want to pull it up here while I read the Talking Text Line, a funny text into the Talking Text Line. So I will take fake letters So if you want to chime in with a fake letter.
Did Santa ever write you a letter?
Well, that would be a real letter. All right, Molly, this is the theme I'm looking for. So 844-770-3776. That's Carl talking text line. This is more. You want to chime in with a clever letter in the tone of this, because if you're just tuning in, it was revealed that the Pat Murphy letter that went viral yesterday, that at least the Milwaukee Brewers social media team, and I would imagine more than half the players, believe was a real letter written by Bob Uecker before he passed away to the team, because that's not insane. Like, that seems like something Bob could do. Mm-hmm. He was older. He knew he was sick. You could hear it in his voice, sadly, the last time the Brewers season ended. You could tell that he didn't know if he was going to be around again. And that was tragic and sad, and I love all the positive vibes from Uecker, or the vibe of Uecker this season for the Brewers. Yeah. I put this out on Twitter. If and when the Cubs are eliminated, I'm definitely not rooting against the Brewers to win the World Series. I'd probably be rooting for them. Like, they're the team to...
Oh, the story would be incredible.
Yeah. Bob Uecker's a legend and beloved across baseball. So once my Cubs are out, go Brewers. So I know that's weird for Brewer fans who hate everything Chicago, but on the reverse, go Brewers once the Cubs are out of it. So my point is, I'm not doing this
Chicago
to...
fan.
Not to dunk on... not to dunk on Pat Murphy, but it's weird. But Jesse Nelson with a funny fake letter.
Yes, Jesse had a good one. He said, I got a letter from George Hallis today. He says he's embarrassed by the 0-2 start under new head coach Ben Johnson, especially after yesterday's 52-21 loss to the Detroit Lions. He hopes the team will still contend for a playoff spot and take down Micah Parsons and the Packers. Love, George.
Ditka started 0-2, so that's my saving grace right now. Ditka. And Jerry, and I watched that documentary, Jimmy Johnson.
Did he start 0-2 against two divisional opponents?
I don't know.
Because I believe that I heard yesterday on Sunday NFL Countdown that any team that has started 0-2 against divisional opponents, you're done.
The Bears didn't make the playoffs this year. Jimmy Johnson won one game his first year. The point is that, like, Jimmy Johnson won one game his first year with the Cowboys. Ditka was terrible his first year with the Bears.
And they turned it around.
They did. We'll see what happens. But
did either of them lose 52-21?
Probably. The Bears have...
we can figure it out.
The Bears have lost by more.
Did the scoreboard go up that high back in the day? I don't even know.
The way Pat Murphy started the letter, this is from a 608 number, we don't have the name on it. The way Pat Murphy started the letter, never a doubt you'd get this letter, makes me think Uke wrote multiple letters, or Pat just added the record stuff, or Uke was bored as hell. I get it, but the Brewers through Kurt Hogg from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel have said, not a real letter. That Pat Murphy wrote it in his Bob. Maybe he went to ChatGPT.
Hey, I want to believe too. Okay, like, I'm with you. I wanted that letter to be real. For the vibes and the story and like everything about it.
JB from the V chimes in. I would gladly trade Jordan Love away. Please trade Jordan Love away. We are not winning because of him. We are winning in spite of him. Let's start with the Malik Willis era.
Who said that?
Isn't JB from the V a Bears fan?
I don't know, but that's just what he chimed in. I honestly don't know. I really don't.
JB from the V, respond.
That's the worst take.
That is a crazy
that we've ever had on this show.
That's a terrible take. But there's
been some bad takes.
But there are some fractions of fans, at least for a hot minute, wanted just to go with Malik.
This is utterly preposterous.
Just like Deshaun Clifford. It's a small group. It's an insane group. But the reason why I made the joke about the Jordan Love, Malik Willis, before people start freaking out, is that there is rumors. I'm not even calling it scuttlebutt. There is rumors that the Bengals reached out to the Packers about Malik Willis with Joe Burrow being out. And the Packers worked out Dorian Thompson Robinson today. So maybe there's a little bit of smoke to that fire. If the Packers got an offer they couldn't refuse, maybe they would trade Malik Willis. This is JM&M at Coors Light.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this year's Sports and Update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Green Bay Packers had the weekend off to celebrate their win on Thursday Night Football against the Commanders last week, and while the Packers were idle, the rest of the NFC North was not. Packers are now the lone 2-0 team in the division after the Vikings fell 22-6 to the Falcons on Monday Night Football. Meanwhile, the Lions also dominated the Bears with a 52-21 win on Sunday at noon. The Packers looking to make it 3-0 as they face the Cleveland Browns in their first road game of the season this coming Sunday. And some news this afternoon, the Packers apparently working out quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson, possibly adding some extra insurance with some rumors that the Cincinnati Bengals could be sniffing around a trade for current backup quarterback Malik Willis. Head over to ESPN.com to get more from Packers reporter Rob Demovsky. Then the Badgers football team fell hard 2-1 this week to 2-1 this weekend as they lost 38-14 against the Crimson Tide in Alabama on Saturday. Make sure to tune into the Barry Alvarez Show live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse coming up next. They'll be reacting to the loss and looking ahead to the start of conference play against Maryland this coming Saturday. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
We got Homer, Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
We have
Pessimist Molly.
No. Realist.
and then Contrarian.
Total.
Jim Rutledge here.
It's Murr.
I'm the problem. It's Mr.
Could it be possible you guys are the best show in ESPN Wisconsin, the whole state?
Yeah, obviously. It's
possible. Anything's possible.
You're the best.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. The Mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light. That was faster than usual, Jim. I was not ready.
Come on, Matt. You ought to practice these days?
A little bit.
You're not crushing enough Coors Lights recently?
I might have been a bit premature on it. That's on me.
We crushed some Coors Lights yesterday.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge with you. Primetime, Laura Sean behind the glass. We're all in the Everlight Solar Studio. I'll be honest, I might have rushed it a little bit because I had a little fun. So we are asking people to chime in on the Carbos Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776. This is more. In honor of Pat Murphy, and I guess we do have a poll question out, a Saturday limited poll question. Were you today years old when you learned that the viral video from Saturday that included a letter from Pat Murphy, or a letter that Pat Murphy presented as from Bob Uecker was written by Pat Murphy? The Brewers have confirmed this through Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporter Curtis Hogg, thanks to Hunter for clearing up how to say his name. Or Hogue, excuse me.
Yes, as we just got more clarification from Jesse Nelson.
Yeah, Hogue, yeah. How to say his name, yeah. Which is weird because I follow Adam Hogue on social and they spell it differently.
What do you think?
What?
You think that's German?
Hogue. Adam Hogue, the Bears reporter.
Yeah, I saw that guy.
H-O-A-G-E. This guy's H-O-G-G.
Oh, that is confusing.
So, you know what I'm going with? I think you just changed the pronunciation because you didn't want to be called Hog. Look at that. What do you think of that? I think the true definition is Hog, but nobody wanted to have the last name Hog, so like it's Hogue.
I feel like it's Irish. I'm guessing Irish.
I feel like they just changed it because they didn't want it to be Hog.
Maybe.
I mean, would
Probably.
you guys change your name if it was spelled Hog?
It depends.
That's like I'm sorry,
Hogg?
that's a terrible name. You're going to get bullied so hard in middle school.
Yeah.
Like, middle schoolers are mean.
My name's Hamilton. Like, it's not that far off a Hog.
What are you talking about?
Hammond.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but you like being called, like, ham bone and stuff. Or is that, like, a defense mechanism that now you like being called that?
Nobody likes, you don't like the nickname Hambone. You are given the nickname Hambone. Importantness.
So
okay.
I'm just saying, Hog and Ham aren't that far apart.
Molly, what was your... Wait, no. Because last name... Gosh. I was going to ask what was your embarrassing nickname, but it's worse having an embarrassing name. But nickname is one thing. Name is another.
People can make inappropriate things out of the last name Brown as well. So
well, yeah, there's a lot of room to work with.
Yes, there's things you can do. I'm not going to say it. But yes, you can work with it.
Wasn't there a guy...
Obviously.
Wasn't there a guy at like one of the... God, it was at one of the political
What
debates.
can Brown do for you?
No, back in 2016, there was a guy who wore the red sweater. His last name was like Bone or something.
What?
Don't you? Oh my God! This is the 2016 presidential election debates. He was like a very famous. It was at a town hall, and he was one of the people
talking
asking
about the
questions.
Bernie Sanders with the gloves on?
There was like a really weird, like everyman,
Yes.
like, Plumber Joe, but like I
His
forgot.
last name was like Bone or something like
Yeah,
that.
I know what you're talking about. It's like
Googling
a
it.
heavy-set guy in a red sweater.
Yes.
And then I think SNL did a little
Yes.
spoof of him.
He became a star. He was
Yes.
like a legit star for 15 minutes.
Oh, red sweater guy Ken Bone.
Ken Bone.
You'd probably want the plural there. Like,
Bones?
Ken Bones?
Yeah.
That's a TV character right there.
That's fair. All right. Chiming in here, JB from the V says, not a
Never seen this.
not a Bears fan, just a Jordan Love hater due to straight garbage. So.
All right, fair enough.
Matt in the greenhouse
Whoa.
chimes in. Did anyone see Jared Goff's
That's
Lion
my
leap,
guy right
Lambeau
there.
leap knockoff?
Oh my God, that was so bad. He looked so unathletic.
Looks like Alex Stroh's athleticism.
He rolled into like.
No idea.
Did any of you guys see it?
No.
Okay, so these fans were holding up a sign that said like "Lion leap here" or something like that. It'll bring you good luck. So then I think it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. He first jumped into it. He looked athletic, whatever. But then Jared Goff did it, and he kind of like rolled into them. Like it was so unathletic.
Wait,
it was hilarious.
So he like jumped up into the stands?
Yeah, but it was like one of those like kind of like the private chairs that are on
so
like the
it's-
field
so
more,
it's
so
just
it's
kinda
not as
hopping
high.
over a wall.
Yes, he literally jumps over a wall. So unathletic. He like rolls into these people's arms. It was Like it was so funny.
So, Ryan, it's basically like any kid climbing a fence. Like Amon-Ra
Yeah.
St. Brown jumps up and basically turns and lands on it. Jared Goff runs up, puts two hands up, throws one leg up, and then just kind of
So
like barrel
unathletic.
rolls over it instead of like.
So what I'm picturing is
His entire body was in the stands on fans.
So what I'm picturing is a bunch of kids who just ding-donged at your house. They're running away. They need to jump over a metal fence, and the one kid just leaps it like you said,
Yes.
like Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then the one slow, unathletic kid,
Yeah, he
AKA
climbs
Jared.
it and then gets his like pants caught on the back and then hangs there off the
Literally.
fence. Yeah.
Did you guys see
Then his parents
also
come pick
when
him up.
Amon-Ra did like he scored a touchdown and then he did his like hamstring hurt celebration, but
And Jared
Jared
fell
Goff
for
like
it?
legit thought it was real.
That's such a dumb celebration.
I
Why would-
hate that one. The
why
first
do-
person I ever saw that did it was Justin Jefferson, and I was like, "Oh, he's hurt."
What's the point? Like you're truly just trying to get a rise out of like your own fan base, like trying to like make everyone nervous. Like, oh my gosh, you might be hurt, and then it's like, no, guys, I'm fine. Just kidding. Like that's
Boy, who
that
cried
would
wolf?
that would really annoy me as a.
I think someone in
very happy
college
no Packers
football
do
did
that.
like the modern warfare like res. He like pretended like he went down with a hamstring crossing the end zone, and then he like crawled on his butt and did like a
shot himself with the morphine
yeah
in
with
the
the
leg.
morphine and popped back up. It's a
What is
video
this,
game
Call
thing.
of Duty? My
Yeah,
goodness.
it is.
Okay.
It's exactly what it is.
Gotcha.
All right.
I love a good touchdown celebration. So if you want to like fake pulling a hammy and you do that, like I think it's
Jim, what was your
Fair
favorite
game.
Bears touchdown celebration on Sunday?
Rome had two. So, I mean, Caleb and Rome had two of them. Look, the Bears' defense is a problem in the worst way possible. It's not a Caleb Williams problem with the Chicago Bears. It's not a offense problem with Chicago Bears. It is a team that's given up 70 points and 700 yards in 2 games.
So is it a Ben Johnson problem?
No, it's a player. It's a Ryan Poles problem.
Got Bears.
It's 2 games in. It's not a Ben Johnson problem. It is a Ryan Poles problem, which is actually worse. Because Ryan Poles, the general manager, he's the one that picks the players.
And he just got extended.
signed.
Yep.
How would you like to be in Chicago for the next 10 years?
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But we'll see. Ben Johnson's there. He's coaching. He's a hell of a coach. The Cowboys won Super Bowls with Jerry Johnson picking the players. If you got the right coach and you got the right quarterback, Jerry Jones, excuse me, you got the right coach, you got the right players, you can still go win.
Which organization would you rather see blow up? The Wisconsin Badgers or the Chicago Bears, Jim?
Both of them. I had a bad
Can he
weekend.
get a 2 for 1?
Yeah, right. I still have more faith in the Bears getting it right than the Badgers.
And it stinks that all the former Badgers who currently play for the Bears aren't healthy enough to play for the Bears.
Right. TJ Edwards. Yeah, the Bears
Who
are
has
also
a higher win percentage at the end of the season? Bears or
Bears?
Or not games, because obviously there's more games in the NFL, but win percentage.
I think the Bears are still gonna right the ship. It's a first year coach.
How many wins are you predicting for the Bears?
I think I got them at 7 now.
You had them at 9 and not dropped to 7?
I had their window 7 to like 9 wins. I put them at the high end of it, so now I got them at 7.
Okay.
Look,
makes my prediction look pretty good.
Matt's predictions are looking pretty good.
I'm not
right
worried
now.
about 5 wins.
I'll be honest.
I'm not worried about 5 wins. Look, they got they played 2 teams that were in the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
So The Minnesota
Cowboys
game was
next, right?
Yeah, the next 2 games are big. They got the
Minnesota
Cowboys.
did just look horrible in Monday Night
No,
Football.
the Minnesota loss was so much worse than the Detroit Lions loss. Because the Detroit Lions were coming off getting embarrassed by the Packers. They were pissed that Ben Johnson left. They ran up the score, which is fine. But they were going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter for touchdown. Which is fine. Ben Johnson's that's what he's supposed to do. That is what it is. But they did run the score up. That one was we just got our ass kicked. We're just not as good as Detroit. Minnesota is one they should have won and they let get away.
No, the Vikings are so lucky that the Falcons can't score in the red zone.
Right.
It was literally they could run it down the entire field, and then once they got within 20 yards of the end zone, they couldn't do anything.
Also,
it was
too, because they benched their kicker.
Yes, they brought in what's his name? I can't remember what the new guy's name is.
John Parker Romo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Romo.
Falcons.
Yeah.
But also, to that whole point, Penix 100 times worse against the Vikings than Caleb Williams was, but they won the game, so nobody cares. But Penix was horrible. Look at his numbers.
The Falcons' defense kind of balled out.
Yes, yeah. I mean, Penix was awful.
Their defense was really good.
Are they really good, or is J.J. McCarthy that bad?
I think it's both. He also, let us not forget, J.J. McCarthy barely had an offensive line. Literally, his entire offensive line is injured.
That's true.
If we're gonna play devil's advocate, we have to say
and
she's more of an optimist for the Vikings than she is for the Packers.
But here's the thing for both these things: J.J. McCarthy and the Bears. I would say both these teams are not competing for the division this year. But to write them off as they're going to be horrendous, J.J. McCarthy bad for the whole year, or the Bears being done for the whole year after 2 games is a bit much. Now they're not competing.
Good if he's hurt.
But that's different. But they're not competing for division titles.
Ready for Carson Wentz this Sunday?
J.J. McCarthy has to play.
Just wait. Carson Wentz is going to take J.J. McCarthy's job, and then they're going to bench J.J. for the rest of the season.
Here's the thing.
Just wait.
I think he's going to look good, but they have to go back to J.J. because you have to play
him.
You
have to, but the Vikings might be dumb enough not to. I don't know.
You got to play him because J.J. McCarthy needs reps.
I mean, the Packers went through the first 3 years of Jordan Love without playing him, right?
So I would say it like this. Remember, if you're a Vikings fan or a Bears fan, or with Jordan Love and all that, these teams are not doing the right process. But Jason Wilde and many reporters have said Jordan Love, if he had to play the first 2 years, it would have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so these teams have to play these guys and ride up the ups and downs. And not everyone's going to be Jaden Daniels, but not everyone's going to be Bo Nix. But also, Bo Nix has looked pretty mid this year. A lot of interceptions, a lot of touchdowns, but a lot of interceptions.
Sophomore slump.
These guys get figured out a little bit.
It was the same thing with Jordan Love.
The one-trick ponies get figured out. Now, Jaden is not a one-trick pony. He's hurt. But point being, the Vikings, it's worse for the Vikings if J.J. McCarthy misses a lot of time because they need him to play to figure out what the hell he is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I didn't want to get into all that, but I will say J&K Security Solutions, locally owned, family-owned, veteran-owned. If you want to protect your home or business, reach out to J&K Security Solutions. I want you to chime in because I have a letter I created here from Bob Uecker that I want to read on the other side. But you can chime in, 844-770-3776. It's Carbon's Talking text line. List is more. If you want to share a fake letter in honor of Pat Murphy writing a fake letter from Bob Uecker to the Brewers players and not really telling them those fake, you can share a fake letter with us. Jesse Nelson gave a good one. I have one on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Ooh. This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
One reason so many local organizations choose document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems? The people. Amanda Burrian, office manager at Covenant Lutheran Church.
One of the main things that has always been absolutely outstanding to me is the customer service rep that comes out and helps with the technical stuff. He is absolutely wonderful.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. And that translates into better support, better service.
Fast, efficient, they're dedicated, and they're willing to be there when you need them. So it's wonderful service.
Amanda, James Imaging Systems, more like a vendor or more like a partner?
Like a partner.
And your overall business experience with James?
That feels more like a partnership as well.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
At
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts, we're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
This is Martin Sesaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, Matt Hamilton with you. Primetime or Shine Behind the Glass. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carl's Talk text line. List is more. JB Navi says, I've got a fake letter to send to Jordan Love. It goes like this. Dear Jordan, we have traded you to the Bears for a 7th-round pick. See you never. Sincerely, Mr. Policy.
That's my guy right there.
See him twice a year.
So I have a letter here. So in honor, if you're tuning in, Pat Murphy read a letter to the Brewers that he said came from Bob Uecker. Later on, it was revealed that it did not come from Bob Uecker. So the idea was that Bob wrote this before he died and then gave this to Pat to read if the Brewers made the playoffs.
That is certainly how
conducive to a winning ball club.
That's certainly how it was presented.
So, dear Brewers, this is a letter I have from Bob Uecker to Brewers fans. Dear Brewers faithful, after decades in the booth, I've finally seen the light, or maybe I just need new glasses. Either way, I've decided to make a shocking move. I, Bob Uecker, am officially hanging up my Brewers fandom. From this day forward, I'll be rooting for the Chicago Cubs. Oh, why? Well, the games will be shorter because their fans always leave early. Plus, their ballpark has ivy. Our outfield wall just has advertisements for bratwurst. Don't get me wrong, I love bratwurst, but it doesn't climb the wall in October. And let's face it, the Cubs have given me something the Brewers never could. Plenty of material. Nothing beats a ball game where the fans celebrate a walk like it's a World Series. Don't worry, I'll still sit in the worst seats in the house, probably behind a pole at Wrigley. I wouldn't want to ruin my brand. So raise a glass of Coors Light and toast my new life as a Cubs fan. I'll miss Bernie Brewer sliding into a mug of beer, but hey, there's always deep dish pizza. Yours in baseball and bad decisions, Bob Uecker.
Who wrote that?
ChatGPT.
Oh, gotcha.
So I asked ChatGPT to write a parody.
I'll be honest, I thought Jim wrote that.
I did too. I was like, wow, when did you do that?
This is a lot.
No, that was ChatGPT. I popped it in there and said, write me a letter parodying Bob Uecker that would say that he's switching fandom. So obviously that's where the jokes come in there, but that's where the whole thing. So it's written in Bob Uecker style. That's what I put in there as a parody. That's where the jokes are in there, and it's obviously parody because it's very much over the top and ripping the Cubs a lot.
Doesn't parody usually mean it's funny though?
There's some funny parts in there.
This actually makes it worse now hearing Murphy's, because he might have just ChatGPT'd the whole thing and not even wrote it himself.
Do you think Murphy ChatGPT'd it?
No, I think he seems like a handwritten. He very much seems like a handwritten.
That's fair.
You can handwrite it from ChatGPT.
Transcribe it from ChatGPT.
You could. You could.
I don't think Pat Murphy knows how ChatGPT works or what it is.
You act like this guy is like 90 years old.
Molly?
How old is he? Doesn't he have kids that are like 10?
Those are his grandkids.
Are we sure?
I'm very sure.
Oh.
Very sure. No, Pat Murphy is like 72, but more like an 85-year-old soul.
66.
66?
But he's at retirement age.
You could have told me he was 89.
No, you're
not the way
full
he
of it.
looks, but the way he acts. I get it.
He is a very much an
Old
old
school.
baseball guy.
Yeah.
He
is
probably
an
writes the
old school baseball
lineup
guy.
down on a piece of paper.
Oh, he keeps
but-
book for sure.
Well, like you guys said, though, Mark Antanasio is the one that handed him the letter.
Well, Mark Antanasio is just a cornball weirdo. Okay.
Does he know how to use ChatGPT? Probably. Bam.
Unfortunately.
Got him, Molly.
Mic drop.
Burn,
All
Ryan.
right, before we throw stones on the other side, Molly, can you tell us about Madison College?
Oh, yes, I can. Madison College gives you over 200 programs to choose from across 11 different areas of study. That includes associate's degrees, technical diploma certificates, and even apprenticeships. The best part, it's the lowest cost per credit tuition in the region. More than 100 programs are fully eligible for financial aid, including Pell Grants. So whether you're starting fresh or building on your skills, you can do it affordably at Madison College. Start your path at madisoncollege.edu. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Looking for the perfect pizza meal just for you? Introducing Pizza Hut's new personal pizzas, the Crafted Flats. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each, all day. The perfect pizza deal for lunch, dinner, or on game days. Order your $5 Crafted Flats at one of their locations or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAenergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management.
Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
I really struggled with choosing a career path. I had so many interests and couldn't decide what to do. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm figuring it all out and making friends and connections along the way. Coming here is the best decision I ever made. My advice to others? Just take the first step. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance Team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Game day starts on Regent Street. Fuel up before every Wisconsin football home game at the Monster Energy tent. Grab free samples, snag some Monster gear, and get your energy up before kickoff. The best football pregame start with Monster Energy.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Yeah, it's over, I'm circling these boxes, got me praying, man, this hunger, I'm feeling something rotten, feeling kind of tilted, and I'm pouring out the truth.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown with you. Matt Hamilton here as well. Primetime Warsheim. Behind the glass, had a moment there. Forgot that Matt was here. But
yeah.
Matt's
so quiet.
Yes, and you're here so infrequently. Jason Wilde joined the show 3 times last week. No, rightfully so, Matt is busy doing his thing. But it still doesn't change the fact that I got to get used to having Matt in here. And then the second I get used to having Matt in here,
He's
Matt
gone.
will be gone again.
Yep.
Yes,
Matt Jim just thinks he's an apparition every time he looks up. Oh my God, that's Matt Hamilton.
I mean, I will be here for Victory Monday next week.
I am thrilled that Matt Hamilton is here. It's just, it takes me a minute to remember that Matt Hamilton, as I'm doing the opens, bring it back that Matt Hamilton is here.
Did you catch Matt Hamilton just trying to jinx the Packers for Monday as well?
They're going to, look, if they lose to Cleveland, something bad happened.
Okay, but like... See, that's where I am different from both of you because I am just like, I go into every single game. The only time that maybe I'll be like, I feel pretty good about it is the Titans and honestly probably like the Dolphins right now.
So is that more realist or pessimist?
I don't know.
Cleveland. I know it's on the road.
I know, but I'm just still
pessimistic,
like,
is it
they
not?
still have Myles Garrett.
No,
like,
and I thought their defense was good, but they just gave up 41. No, the
I
Ravens
know, but it's
are
also the Ravens.
amazing. They
they shut Derrick Henry down, which was wild.
Yeah, no, Cleveland still has a
Lamar Jackson threw 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. Well, they said you're going to have to beat us through the air because you're not going to beat us on the ground.
Oh, and he sure did.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah. No, Cleveland has a good. I get your point, a good defense, but the Ravens just sliced it and diced it. So that game should be ugly. But like it is the NFL, Packers travel and they don't show up. What like things can happen, but they should win that game going away.
They just don't show up to the stadium. I'm just kidding.
All right,
That's what Jim was saying.
let's throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
All right, on this show, I am often accused of like engagement farming or rage baiting.
People like me.
Where I will say something, and you guys know that what I say is factual, at least to me. Like I'm not doing it.
Hold on. Factual to me.
Well, I said
you sound like the president of our country.
Right,
Honestly.
right.
My goodness.
I was gonna say.
I should say it like this. I shouldn't have used the word factual, but like I have facts to back up what I'm saying. I am believing what I'm saying.
It's authentic.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
It has a case to be made as true. I'm trying to bring something to the conversation.
And it's usually wrong.
That's fair. But I don't mind bringing interesting conversations to the table. And then Ryan basically, this is how our system works here. We say things. We give Ryan carte blanche to grab what
And
he
then
wants.
Jim walks over and says, "Start it here, end it there, post it now." No.
So we give Ryan carte blanche to do whatever he wants. Some shows, some hosts might try to like set something up and ask a question specifically to get a key social media clip.
Yeah,
That's
we got
not
a free range producer.
Yeah, that's not us. He gets to do what he wants.
We're just we're improvising out here. We got the Big 12 Texas Tech offense over here.
So I saw this on social, and I'll be fully honest. I didn't engage, and I didn't watch it. I read the quote, and I said, I'm not going to touch this. This is dumb. And beneath Alex Strofe, who I guarantee is a big NFL guy. The Bears were on the NFL. Obviously, they were the game locally. I'm sure they were a local game in Milwaukee. I'm sure he watched the game. So then to have this take is just dumb.
So wait, which specific take was there? Which video clip did you see, Jim?
Whatever you're trying to dump on Caleb Williams.
Okay, so can you set it up with the context of what the post said?
So the post, I believe, said something along the lines like you can't win games if you're inaccurate, right? Or no, trying to play if you're freelancing, right? Is that what it was?
It is about freelancing, about Caleb Williams and him regressing somewhat as the Bears quarterback, saying that the crew tackled what's going on wrong in Chicago and poking fun at Will, the group's sole Bears fan.
Okay.
Here's what Mr. Irrelevant Alex Strofe had to say about Caleb Williams.
He seemingly regressed from college.
I'm not. Well, the improvising doesn't work in the NFL like it did in college.
Right.
He was a terrific improviser. That's how he won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't work at the next level like that. And that's been said all along.
So, one thing, Caleb Williams, today, Ben Johnson just said that Caleb Williams has improved dramatically from week 1 to week 2. Kurt Warner, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Nate Tice have all said that Caleb Williams through 2 weeks has improved his ability to play in the pocket. Through 2 weeks, Caleb Williams in the pocket, not improvising, one of the best QBs in the NFL, and his sack rate is one of the lowest it's ever been. He is not Jordan Love. He is not great, but he is a progressing player. Alex Strofe, and I got this confirmed by their producer, Hunter Vaughn, like they were click farming because the problem with the Bears would be, I would say, is it systematic or endemic? Like it is top down. Ryan Poles is horrendous he has too many misses as a GM. But the bigger problem with the Bears, just in the micro of the games, they have given up 700 yards of offense and 70 points in 2 games. Caleb Williams has thrown 7 interceptions his entire career in the NFL. He needs to improve, and he is, and he's far away from Goff and Love, but he is a progressing player. But to take a 52-14 beatdown where Caleb was pulled because the Lions were blitzing late in the fourth quarter, and the Bears we don't want to get him killed. We're going to put our backup in and hand the ball off because the Lions were blitzing the entire game because all power to them. They wanted to kick the crap out of the Bears because Ben Johnson left, and they were pissed that they lost to the Packers. So they were out there proving a point, and they did. And so how insignificant was Caleb's play in that game as far as him being a factor in the loss? 0. But what do they talk about after that loss?
I will say, I am getting information now that this specific clip from Mr. Alex Strofe was from last week, actually, after the Bears' first loss.
That's what I thought.
That is what Molly thought, and I was incorrect.
I told you guys that before the show, but everybody was like, no, you're wrong.
Well, I will say it is a little misleading to post that today, the day after the Bears.
Yeah, who did that? Honestly, that's my stone then. Whoever did that is honestly infuriates me. Because honestly, that is the most disingenuous piece of rage-baiting, dumb, bad social media managing I've ever seen in my entire life. Because what in God's name would you post about Caleb Williams today about a week ago? Like that, honestly, Sorry, Alex Strofe, and my stone hits whoever decided it was posted today.
I've got sources, Jim, that say it was Pablo who did it.
Who posted it as it was reeled today. That stone needs to hit him right in the gut.
I'm just glad I was right. And I told you guys. Maybe you should listen to me more often.
That's fair.
Yes, Molly was right. Molly, I apologize.
Thank you.
Alex, he also apologized.
What are we doing? What are we doing today?
The fury of Jim Rutledge is going to come down on Pablo.
What are we doing? We are ESPN Madison. The Badgers embarrassed themselves. Pat Murphy's writing fake letters to from Bob Uecker. The Packers are getting trade offers from Malik Willis. The Packers are 2-0. They are the second best team in the NFC. Maybe the best
alleged trade offers.
The best team in the NFL.
An allegedly fake letter from Pat Murphy.
No, allegedly.
Allegedly.
No,
it's like he allegedly stole sand.
Yeah. They are
that was Mark Attanasio.
a top 4 team in the
at
NFL.
This point, allegedly.
And we are posting stuff from a week ago and presenting it as new today.
I did just receive more information from the producer of Mr. Irvin, Hunter Vaughn, just saying, glad it worked.
Shame on all. No, it didn't work.
That rage bait at first. He is raging.
Yeah. Honestly,
Judgmental
but here's
Jim.
what I'm raging at. We look like morons. We look stupid posting something a week old today like it's new.
I didn't see it, so I can't confirm nor deny.
Like, honestly, I would
I don't know if we look like morons.
Unfollow us if
Whoa,
I could.
Whoa.
No, because that's embarrassing.
Relax.
Like, you literally posted something that got me upset. How's it doing engagement-wise?
I'd have to look back
Is
at
it
the
drawing
numbers.
500,000 views like we do organically? No.
Well,
Don't be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Not us.
Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Matt, you I don't mean this in a mean way, but you kind of look like your dog.
Moose is a handsome dog. So
You have beautiful
no
dogs.
offense taken. No offense taken at all.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
James Imaging Systems, the best document imaging technology, the best local service, and perhaps best of all, the very best people. People you can count on. People you can trust. That's all important to Amanda Burry, an office manager with Covenant Lutheran Church.
Absolutely. I think that having their reliability, I think just having them as a teammate and a partner.
James Imaging Systems, partnering with local businesses and organizations to help them be more productive and more efficient.
You don't have to worry about the printing, the ink. You don't have to worry about the copier. They take care of all of it.
Saving the church money?
It's definitely a savings.
One last question, Amanda. Would you recommend James to others?
I would definitely recommend James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
It's kickoff time at Metro Florida Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFloridaMadison.com and score your next truck today.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is a magical month at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Jim, Matt, Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown, and Matt Hamilton with you. Primetime Wash on Behind the Glass. We did have a Siding Unlimited poll question up a little bit earlier in the show, and we're going to ask that one right now. It is asking you, I have to scroll through all these. Where did it go? All right, here it is. Is it better for the long-term future of the Badgers football team if they lose to Maryland this Saturday? 85% of you said worse if they lose to Maryland. You can chime in 844-770-3776. Carbs Talk text line list is more.
I mean, I voted worse, that it's worse for the program. I feel like it's hard to give the necessary info that we were saying like on the show in the poll, though. So, like, I just voted as if I was just reading the tweet and then saying it's better or worse. Because it's worse for the program if you think about it, not in the sense of it just completely blowing the program up. It's worse if they end up losing because it's just another loss, and it's a Big Ten loss, and it's against an inferior, what we think is an inferior, Maryland team.
I think when you put in the fact that it's the future of the long-term future of the program, is it better if they lose? I think people understand what we're saying. Is it better for the long-term future if they move off Fickle sooner rather than later?
Well, people are voting, what'd you say it was, 15 to 85%?
Yes, yeah. Jim reading off the stats there. And Jim's in that 15%.
Yes. And we have the Barry Alvarez show coming up next, live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And then Prep Mania Weekly coming up after that with Hunter Vaughn and Dennis Semrau from 7 to 9. Barry Alvarez show runs 6 to 7. I believe on the Prep Mania Weekly show they're going to go over their rankings for
the weekly high school Prep Mania rankings.
Awesome. But Barry Alvarez coming up next. I was curious. I'm sure he doesn't like my question. It's not because it is a question that is more.
You can tell Rutledge that.
Look, I've done shows with Tarek and Derek. They don't like questions like this. This is more of like, hey, let's think big picture, not as a fan, not as a former player, not as a coach. This is more of like, hey, if this isn't going to work, let's just end it. And, like, that's where, like, I am with the Badgers of I hope they go out and beat the snot out of Maryland. I hope they win by 20 points. I am going to feel pretty meh if they win, like, by 3 points. Then I'd actually prefer they lose because then the team can just move in a different direction.
So I know, Jim, you said that you don't think Tarek and Derek would like a question like this.
No.
Well, it's funny because apparently Jesse Nelson has actually written a letter for us from Tarek. Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler.
In honor of Pat Murphy faking a letter from Bob Uecker.
Exactly. Jesse, would you want to go ahead and read that letter from Tarek and Derek?
Yeah, hey guys. I have a letter from Tarek and Derek here to share with you. Dear Jim, Matt, and Molly crew, Bears are 0-2.
Amen.
Jim, how are your Bears looking? Don't you feel stupid being a Bears fan?
Amen.
That's shockingly accurate.
That's shockingly accurate.
And that's honestly text I got from Tarek today, basically. So,
hang on, gotta go to the bar and get another IPA. I'll be right back.
Amen.
That was pretty
That's the letter I have from Tarek and Derek.
And to be fully honest, with all due respect to Tarek and Derek, that's about what they could do letter writing style.
Yeah. Yeah. Without Brock's help.
Pat Murphy and I think we're pretty good at writing letters from other people. This might be a new skill I've just discovered. It's like writing a greeting card.
Could you imagine a trivia contest between Tarek Saleh and Pat Murphy? With like a timer and everything where they have to go quickly and answer the questions?
No, I could not mention that, actually, Jim, come to think of it.
Man, that just makes me laugh here.
Let me ask you guys this,
Yep.
because we're at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We're getting ready to do the Barry Alvarez show here coming up at 6 o'clock. I know a lot of people are very excited to hear what they have to say about what happened on Saturday. What do you guys want to hear from those three as they're doing their show prep over by the Horseshoe Bar here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse? What do you want to hear from Barry and Tarek and Derek tonight?
I think when they're at their best, and I'm not saying they don't do this, but I just want to hear their honest opinion while they're watching that game and their honest opinion on the importance of this game, Jesse. That's kind of what we asked the question about. Is it better for the long-term future of the Badgers if they lose to Maryland this Saturday? I just don't want like a 3-0 or like a 3-point victory. I want the Badgers to look like they were embarrassed by Alabama and they come out there and they're going to take out their pain on Maryland and they kick the snot out of them like they did Middle Tennessee State, but maybe do it the whole game. And then I'll feel like, okay, now we got a chance. Because if they lose to Maryland, I don't know if they win another game this year. And then at least we know we don't have the coach. If they beat Maryland, maybe they can turn that momentum around and try to upset Michigan or at least win the games they're supposed to win this year.
Jesse, can you turn your radio down, please? Like, you know better. You're a producer. I can hear Jim's feedback the whole time.
Relax. It's the speakers at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
We don't even have the speakers on. What are you guys talking about?
Somehow there's an echo. But my question for the three guys would be, how does Wisconsin get competitive with teams like Alabama? Because I feel like this weekend I was watching multiple games, and I'm just like, Wisconsin is so far off from being a top team like one of these teams. Like, even approaching the playoffs, even thinking about the playoffs. Like, how does Wisconsin even get to that level? Because to me, it kind of feels nearly impossible.
So I said this on the College Game Day postgame show on Saturday. We were actually right across the street at Monk's in Middleton here when we were doing the postgame show on Saturday. I don't think it's fair to judge Wisconsin for the loss at 19th ranked Alabama because any Wisconsin team in any decade under any coach was going to have a tough time going on the road to face that traditional powerhouse and coming away with a victory. Mm-hmm. So those that are saying, like, this is the game that puts them over the top on Luke Fickell, I don't understand that. So coming into this week, you beat Maryland. You're 3-1 going into the bye. You hope that Billy Edwards gets fully healthy for the rest of the Big Ten gauntlet. That's exactly where, it's not exactly the roadmap that we all envisioned, but that's exactly where we thought record-wise the team would be after 4 games heading into October. So I'm okay. If they come out and they take care of business against Maryland this weekend and they establish the run game, they got this 3-headed monster at running back that they just haven't really been able to get going yet. If they can establish the run, show some promise from that offensive line that's been banged up and trying to work its way to figure out what it actually has. If you can find some solidarity in that front five and figure out how to run the football effectively, that would give me hope then going into the rest of the Big Ten schedule. Because remember last year, they were competitive against Oregon. They were competitive against Penn State. Like a couple of years ago, they were competitive against Ohio State at night at Camp Randall State. Like they have gotten up for big games in past seasons under Luke Fickell, whether it was Braden Locke or anybody else at quarterback. So I'm not concerned that the team won't get up for the big games. I think the metrics by which this season and maybe Luke Fickell's remaining tenure will be measured are the games against Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana. Those are the ones, and it really starts this Saturday with Maryland. Like, this is a big game for Luke Fickell and for the program to right the ship and get the fan base back on track. That's what the significance is of this Saturday, and then anything else that comes after that, it's going to be measured more against your peers than it is against the top dogs like Ohio State and Oregon.
But, like, especially for guys that are my age and older, 30s and older, you've seen the Badgers be a top 20 program perennially.
Yes.
Is there a way back for the Badgers? That's what I would like to hear from Barry.
Absolutely.
Come on, did you watch the Tennessee-Georgia game? Molly made this point earlier.
Such a good game.
We aren't even in the same stratosphere as those guys.
But they're still recombobulating after the fiasco that was the Phil Longo experience for the last 2 years. They're showing promise. Like, Jeff Grimes drew up a pretty good game plan. They just didn't execute it super well. They stopped the run against Alabama really effectively. They made Alabama one-dimensional. It's just Alabama was really good at that one dimension. Like, there were promising things that we can take away from that game on Saturday, even though it ended up being as big a debacle as it was.
How many players, because the thing with college football is, and I don't disagree with you on the Jeff Grimes thing or even the Tressel schematically, but you also are accountable for the players you add on a team. And Vinny Anthony is the only guy that looked like he belonged on the field against Alabama. I think that's kind of the point that Matt was trying to make.
Yes, and so players and recruiting, like that all makes a ton of sense. And yes, they're in a crossroads right now. They're trying to develop a running back that can be the next big name that we remember for years and years to come. They're trying to develop offensive linemen who are going to be NFL ready and get back to being offensive line U. Linebackers, like Allegro looks pretty good, but are they really at at those positions are that they've traditionally been juggernauts? They're not establishing guys that are going on to play in the pros, and that's what they need to get back to. And I think a little consistency, a little continuity, and coming up with a big win that just re-energizes the program this year is still what would make that possible for this year and moving forward.
Jesse, we're looking forward to hearing you and Barry and Tarek and Derek out at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. What are you ordering tonight?
I'm going the steak sandwich. I hear that's absolutely
so great choice.
Nice.
Yes.
So I'm going the steak sandwich. I see you
Amen.
guys. Lastly, we got the ahi tuna appetizer.
Oh,
that's been a
good.
staple the last couple of weeks. So I'm sure that'll make an appearance again. Looking forward to a good spread. You know me.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Ruth's is definitely the place to be eating. All right. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Amen.